Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now yesterday we have created the client ID for the authorization code, right? That is the auth_client or client_auth, right? Like that. Now what we are going to do? We are going to start with T. Now, the next one is that we are going to test the authorization code that we have created yesterday. Actually, for example, can you open the developer's guide? Now let's open another tab and then install a new one. Postman's Face downloads. Click on the first link. We can download the latest version actually. In the left hand side, it's getting downloaded, right? It's going as an old version only. Why it's not going with a new version? Anyways, let's try it. Let's see. You can set up it. You can just install it. Oh, is it open or something? It should stick with time to open. It took some time. Let it get load actually. Then we can. Now what we can do, right? Just click on the auth app testing, right? That we already did it, right? One thing. Just click on it. Click on that one. And click on the top your collection name actually. Here, click on the authorization there. You ask for, like you should have to get, do the first call, second call in the automatically, right? Here can you click on auth 2.0 in the drop down. Now here scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Oh, why it is not? You cannot be able to edit it there. Can you scroll up a little bit? Now click on some edit token configuration. Now here scroll up a little bit. It automatically taken something actually. We don't need this one. Scroll up. You can scroll up. No, this is fine. 2.0 is fine. Scroll down. Now here if you could see, right, just give the token name. Now we are putting the authorization code, right? Maybe put the authorization code. The name, right? We are just giving the name actually. The first line to her name. We can create a new one. I know. Here you can put it actually. It automatically taken something from in your configuration itself actually. Anything, that's fine. Or else, if you want, you can click create a new co-collection and then do it from there. Click on no. Collection. Authorization there. Click on Authorization. 2 point. Scroll down. Now why it is showing? Great. Oh, it's automatically taking somewhere in your configuration. Anyways, that's fine. Just give a token name. First of all, we are testing the authorization code, right? Maybe give the token name as authorization code grant type. In the first line, I just a preference name. We are giving it. You can give anything you want. Grant type. What is the grant type we are using? Authorization code, right? Support authorization code actually. Now the callback URL. Here, what is the redirect URL? We have given it there. Google.com. You can put the same thing here. Google.com. Now the token authorization URL, right? It's what do I mean? Sorry, like what's a slash audition? What to write? You can copy and paste it here. We did the user info dot. We did the open icon configuration one, right? That you will in the browser. Can you hit that one? And then you can get that URL from there. This one. This one. Paste it. This is the authorization. When you hit on enter, right? The authorization endpoint, that is the second one, authorization.o2. The first API I called, right? It will go to this endpoint only. And then create a code actually. Scroll down. It is the scroll, flip it. Auth URL, right? Next, the token URL. The token URL will be, obviously everyone knows, right? That is known as the token URL will be token.auth actually. Then what is the client ID? It's client underscore auth, right? Or auth underscore client. What is that value we have given? Can you go back and check once? That's cool. Now, here the client ID is, and just put client secret first, and then the scope is equal to just put open ID. Now put the client ID state not required. We can do the authentication there. Client underscore authors in caps. Actually good, scroll down and then send the token. Oh, refresh token URL. It automatically taken it. If you could see, right, refresh token URL. It automatically taken. That's also good. Actually scroll down. Get the new access token. This one, all the API call will be inbuilt. It will available in the Postman itself. Just type your username and password. Is that error 23 or something? That is, I think we forgot or something, right? We reset the password and all. Actually, this one, P23. Great, let me test. Just be going. Just type the password login and then it should have to redirect to with the code we give. Oh, it's not. Can you check the ping? The access service is not running. I is good. That is what I was trying to open. Great. Now can you try to log? I think the page might get expired. But maybe you can type the username and password this. Login, great. Anyways, when you are trying into the Postman, it's redirecting properly. Great. It's also acting as a mini browser. It's like acting as an application. Now, yesterday we didn't check that box right. Access by the bus. Why we are using. This means right, in our mobile application, we are all using the iPhone or we are all using the Android mobile application. Right? Whenever you are using that one, if you install any kind of application, right? Whenever you install any application, like for example, let's say any application, it is asking access to your contacts, access to your gallery, like that. It is kind of asking your consent, right? If you allow it, you can able to use the replication. If you disallow it, then you cannot able to use that application, right? That's the same thing actually. This one is known as the concern management. It is asking whether this application can able to access your user details like first name, last name, and all right, we are passing those attributes, right? That is fine. Then we can able to allow it. If you disallow it, right, that means you cannot, it won't do the complete, the authentication actually. User rejected the consent, like that actually. But why we are bypassing this kind of approval? Right already. The users are already part of the organization, right? If they are part of the organization, they are already accepted. The terms and condition actually, right? What are the terms and condition? They already are accepting terms and condition. They can able to use your first name, last name, and all right. Again and again. If in the user is trying to see this option, means they will get irritated, right? That's why we are bypassing this option. Actually, if you allow it, then the code will get generated, the authorization code, right? Or else it will reject it. Actually, that your authentication will get failed here. Actually. Now can you go back? Now authentication is completed. Proceed. Oh, automatically it will redirect. Actually now, if you could see, you got the token actually right. You got the refresh token and then you got the access token also actually. What is the time which we are given? It's 1 day or something, right? 30 minutes refresh token. It is 1 day. Great, great, great. Now, if you could see, this is the access token. Actually scroll down and then there is an option to, oh, why it's not showing anything? That's weird. There is an option to save it. But anyways, that's fine. Click on. Oh, you have given 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes means 361 seconds for 1 hour, 1800 seconds for the 30 minutes. It makes sense, good. Now you got access token, right? Just click on close it there. I use token. There is an option to use it. Write it. It will save it there. You can able to refresh the token actually now. Now, if you scroll up here, scroll up a little bit now, if you could see, the token got pasted here actually. This is how we can able to use the, there is an option. Why there is no option here? There is an option to use the refresh token also. Actually, if you scroll down a bit, right, that is no, just click on anywhere in your Postman. Actually, oh, if you scroll up a little bit, right, we expires at 56. That means in 30 minutes, right? If you want to refresh it, click on refresh it. It will create another token. Actually, it will get validated for next 30 minutes, which means refresh token, right? No access token. You are refreshing the access token, right? 27257. It makes sense, right? Now try again. Now it's 1020 to 28. Actually, now it should have to 10 to 28. You got another token, right? We are doing this one like odd. We are doing this automatically by using the Postman actually, but there is a separate API call also you can able to do it actually. Here 4 API calls. You are doing it without doing anything actually within the postman. It's automatic call actually, but we can also do the same thing manually also. Shall we do that one? The same authorization code. The 4 API call has been inbuilt here inside the single kind of a whatever. You are seeing it in the user interface. Write it like when you are trying to get the access token, it is redirecting to the login screen, and then you are getting the login screen. You are typing the username and password. Then your multi-factor authentication is done. But after that you can able to see that code has been generated. Right then, if you can able to see that access token, that is a JUT token only. And then you can able to refresh it. All the 4 grand tips, you are doing it within a single kind of a step, actually within a single kind of a using the automatic postman. Actually, you ask for that automatic postman, right? Doing all the calls within the same kind of, single configuration itself, right? This is how we can able to do, or we can also do it like one by one also. Shall we do that one also? First of all, the first CAPE call will be in the front end. Actually, you need to put it there in the browser. Can you open the developer's guide? Actually, the same. The single app. Here, everything is inbuilt in a postman. Right now, we are going to separate it into 4. That 4 app cost like one by one. We are going to do it. Now here, if you scroll down a bit, go to the authorization code. Now here, if you scroll down a bit the request authorization from the user and retrieve authorization code, right? This is the call. Actually, can you copy and put it there in the notepad plus we need to do the change state. This is the first call actually. This is the get method. You are doing it and you have to do it in the browser. Actually, to get the code. Can you change the client id also? Can you change the client id and then the response type is equal to code? While you are passing, the response type is equal to code. Any idea? Because we're gonna get the authorization exactly. If you are getting the token as an output means, then you need to put the response and underscore type is equal to token. Actually, that is for the implicit. Actually, implicit is a straightforward configuration. Then scope is equal to openid, everything is good, and then redirect to it. Can you change the redirect to write to the # colon / Google coin? This is the first call. Right now, can you go back to the post one? Let's prepare the second call now here. This is let it be there. Can you add a request here? In the left hand side, the collection, right? Add a request here. Put the post method. Sorry. The second one is the post method. The URL will be, I think it's job. It's there. Just put your host name. Change the localhost into your host name. We'll do one by one. Can you go to the headers there? In the headers value, content type and type. This content type and type is mandatory, guys. Just put content. Automatically it will show it in the drop down. Again value. Just put app. It will automatically show it in the drop down. Scroll down to the bottom, the last one. That is the header which is mandatory for the what actually. Now go to the body. Now choose the interruption because that is the header which you are using. Write X and double icon form icon URL encoder. Now put all the values client underscore add. Whatever the value, we are putting it in the first step, right? We are going to put it in the second also, and also adding the client secret. Client aid is client underscore auth, and then client underscore secret is equal to test123. Then grant underscore type is equal to authentication underscore code. Scope E, redirect URI, and then the code. Whatever the code, you are getting it from the first step call. Write that one. You need to use it in the input in the second call. Actually, it's simple. Actually, nothing. It's not like a difficult kind of a process to configure the API. Basically, audition underscore code. The full grant type, you need to put in a lowercase. Don't put the uppercase. We need to hear it's case sensitive, and also we need to put it exactly whatever the case it is there. No, and then the code you will be getting it. Actually, we didn't yet get the code basically because we need to complete the first step, right? And then the scope. The second one is the scope. Sorry, the last one is the scope is equal to openAid. Yes, if there is any mismatch in the redirect URI or scope, right, it won't work. Actually now, this is the second call. Right now, can you go back to the do that first call and then get the code and then get the token? Sorry, get the code and then pass the code in the second call to get the token. Actually enter login type, the username and password. I think MOF will also go. Actually, please accept the MEFAP. Great, please allow it and then you will get the code. Now, if you could see right, you got the code in the top. Copy the code and then put it in the second call. Actually, guys, you are understand the concept right. Previously, we did automation, automatically do the authentication and then got the code and you get the token. Right now, here the same one, but we did it in the two different ways. Actually, that is what. This is the proper way. Actually, first call will be in the front end to get the code. That code will be valid for only 60 seconds. Within 60 seconds, we need to do the second call. That is why we made the second API called prepared right in the post. One actually to get the token as soon as possible. Actually, that's why we got the token. And then next, the third one is obviously, we know validating the token, right? Let's do the validation of the token. Actually, we don't need to go to the Judio. We can see it in the post financial faculty. That is, we validate a token. Maybe you can create a copy of this one. Actually, can you go back to the postman, right? No, not this one. That validator token. It's in the backend only. Can you create a copy of this duplicate or create a copy of this, whatever you have created, right? Yes. Great. Now here. Validate. Yes. Good now. I think it's going as a little bit coming from the default. Oh, it's take. Oh, that's weird. Can then? Oh, it's not a whatever. We did it. Oh, we need to save it. Sorry, we need to do it from the first. Actually, that's fine. Please save it. Actually, whatever we did, actually write that you can send it to other people also. Can you click on the X? Now here are only 4 parameters: client, any client secret, and then whatever the token you got it in the previous step. Write that one, you can able to use its secret. And then the like grant underscore type, and then the token. Just put client, any client secret and then token as of now. Grantor, we can copy from the developer's guide. Actually, because there is a syntax for this validator token grant type. Actually, we need to use that one. Can you go back and copy the token and paste it here, please? Now, and then, oh, it's not copied properly. Select again and copy it. Now paste it. Yes, now can you go back to the grant type? Sorry, developer's guide, what the alpha said. Scroll down to the bottom. The last one is the validated token. Actually, maybe 28th line. Actually, sorry, 28th page number, scroll down. Scroll down. No, and the fifth, it should be, it is. It also went up, scroll up. 20th page, 29th, actually scroll down. That is, a grant type is equal to some value, right? Copy the earn up to validate underscore bearer. Copy that and then put it, we need to remove that. Equal to now send it. Now it will show what are the attributes. You're passing it in the token. Actually, this is how you can able to validate a token. Maybe after 30 minutes, right? You can try and check this token. The token will get expired. If you could see, right, 1582 seconds. Actually, can you send it again one more time? The seconds will get reduced. Actually, if you could see 1564, right, this is known as T. That is known as T, like a validated token by using the access token validation. Now there is another one, right, we can. What is you? But what is the use of this open it here? I mean, no, here you are passing. I mean, the request is passing. The scope is called open, right, not here, nothing much here. User info.open it only. They will be passing the scope and all. Actually, if you're passing the scope is equal to open it, then there is another validation. Actually, open another tab here itself. We will do one more validation as I already mentioned. Right? There is one more validation. We can able to use it. Oh, it's a get method only. Head tips : /nishi : 923d1 / 8pip / user info dot open it. Now here, if you could see right in the, not in the body, can you go to the header? Here, you need to pass it in the header action. Authorization the value. Just put a youth, it will show. It will show it there. Now in the right hand side, just put a bearer space, BAR space. And then the token value. You can put it there. This is also. You can able to validate the token by using the OK. Actually, the user info dot open it. Paste it there, send it. This is a get method only. Now, if you could see, you can able to see that. Right? You are passing the attribute in the OIC. That scope is equal to open it. Right? If you're not passing the scope is equal to open it, this app call won't work. Actually, that is, they can still use the token endpoint to get at the token. That one, it will work. When that one, you need to enable the access token validation. Actually, that is what. There are two ways. Either you can able to use this one or that one. Actually, there is nothing much actually. There is an extra grant type. You need to use it, access token validation, but here you don't need to use. I mean, in the application team can able to use any one of them. Actually, that is what there are multiple even. You ask for the introspect, right? Maybe can we try the introspect, also open another tab. I don't know Jet will work or not, but let's test that one also. The same. Just put the endpoint as a /introspect dot. What to a slash? Introspect dot. What? The parameters you can put client id, client underscore secret. Now the same header's header. You already added it, right? I think it's a bit. Oh, it's not yet there. Can you click on the body? Now here put client id, client secret, and then the client secret token underscore type underscore hint. No, I think it's capital letter, right token underscore type underscore hint. And then token is equal to that value. That is the access token. Access underscore token. You are validating the access underscore token, right? No, that is correct. That is correct in the value in the right hand side. In the right hand side, in the lowercase letter access underscore token. Then in the next line, token is equal to whatever the token value you can pass it there. Client id, which who? What is the client id which created the token here? Client underscore auth, right? Yes, can you paste it there? No, I think it's a postman. Now, if you could see, it is sending the same kind of a value actually, but it will have the expiration time. Expiration time in the Unix time actually. If you write in the jet.io, whatever the value, you will be getting it right in jet.io. That result, it will come here actually in the introspect dot. What to? Actually, but whatever the value got it in the validation, the token right, that one, you will be getting the same thing actually but like the response will be in a different response. But if you could see, but both of them, whatever the attributes you are passing it there, it is the same thing actually. Here the scope, and then the attributes, and then the token type, and then the expiration time, and then which client it created this one, right? That one also actually. If you are sending, maybe you can also send the expired token, and then let's see whether it is showing the active is equal to false or not. Maybe after 30 minutes after this call. Just try it. Now here, this one is fine. Now, like by using the same audition code, grant tape, we can able to create the code. First, by using the code, we can able to get the token. Then by using the token, you can able to validate the token by using 3 different calls. Actually, validate the token using info. That is validator token means access token validation actually. Then user info dot open it. That is the big one. And then the introspect.endpoint actually. Here introspect. If you put the client secret there, you need to use the client secret here also. Actually, that is what I mean in an audition code render, we put the client secret there, right? That's why we are using the client cigarette here also. Actually, maybe can we test it, but without the client cigarette. Let's see what is happening there. Just remove the client and send it. Send the same. Send the request. This is the word. If you're not using the client secret, then it's fine. You don't. I mean, obviously we cannot use the client cigarette, right? Anyways, that is fine. And one thing we we are actually using the same client to validate the token, right? But it is also like we can have n number of clients with an authorization grant type, and there should be a common validation client. It can do validation, right? No. I mean, you cannot share the validation secret for all. The client is right. It's not good. Actually, you can create a single one and then share it with among others. But it's not secure, right? I mean, you can create a one client it for access token validation And then you need to put the client secret right for access token validation. The validation client is a separate claim. It has its own secret right. Why do they? Why it is required? Because validation is going to be done by some other client only, but you cannot share that client for all the application, right? I mean, it's not a good one, right? Using the same client, validate client for all the applications actually, right? Why is, I mean, it's like you will be sharing the same secret for all the applications, right? It's not good actually. If you want to, we are not going to share the secret with all the team, right? Because this is a lone will having it. No, this is not. I'm not asking for the introspect. Actually, you are asking for this one or that one. Validate the token. For validating the token, access token validation asking, right? You are creating a separate client ID and then putting the access token validation, right? That is what I'm saying. If you want to use a separate client, use two cliented for a single application, one for authorization code, grant type, and then one for validation. Actually, client underscore. For example, application is like, for example, application number 1 means application 1 underscore client application 1 underscore validation. Actually, application 2 underscore client application 2 underscore validation. We use a separate client aid. If you, how you can able to share the same client secret right in future if the application they are asking, is that the same? If there is a clash or something, right? If they are asking to change the client secret means what will happen actually, right? No, I actually meant authorization code grant type. Could be onboarded in kind of 10 clients, say to a BC to up to 10 clients. That is right. Like application 1, application 2, application 3, you can create it. But any one of the application 1 they're asking to change the client secret for the validation means what will happen actually during that time. No, a validation client can have a separate secret right. Why we should use the authorization code secret? No, you can have a separate secret. Actually, you have a separate client. Separate over client with a validation grant. That is what I am. I was telling actually. Like two cliented for a single application. Actually, app1 underscore client app1 underscore validate app1 underscore. I have 2 underscore client app 2 underscore validate actually. You were asking like, sharing the same client aid client secret for all the application to validate right one using a client. That is what I got confused. Actually, there no validate. Like whoever is validating their loan just gonna have the client in his secret right. Why this client secret has to be shared with all the applications? No, that is fine. That is not a total problem. This one I'm not saying this one. I'm coming to your point only. You were saying only one validate client area right for all the client. It is right. Cliented 1, cliented 2, cliented 3. That is what. If any one of the application asking to change the client secret for client validate means what during that time you cannot change it, right? Because all the know why they need to change it, why they have to know the secret. No, they need to send the secret right to validate the token. Actually, to validate the token, you need to pass the secret. Actually, you cannot use the access token validation without a secret. The grant type is equal to application team. Hello, application team. Just going to send the token alone, right? No, they need to pass the client secret also actually. They need to pass the validate underscore client and then client, that client secret of the validate client, I'd also actually. If you are, maybe can you go back to the Chrome browser? You need to, in the PingFederate console, right? You need to pass the clients. You need to create a, I mean, if you are using the access token validation, client secret is mandatory actually, because you are validating the token, right? If you are not passing the token, I mean, if you are directly to passing the token without secret, means it's not good, right? That is why interesting introspect endpoint we are not using. Actually, we are using this token validation. Even though if you're generating a common client and common secret for all the persons also means if your new one application asking to change the validate token secret, right, that then it will be a risk. Actually, it will be a risk of using the common client, common validate client aid. Actually, because which means even though if I have a common client, then whatever the secret, if I have something like being two federate, this two federate is a secret should be sent by all the 10 applications when they are validating it exactly if they are using the same one. Actually, this even the then would be the client aid along with the token should be the validation client aid. Actually, I was misunderstood. That is why I was no there. You cannot send the client underscore auth. Actually, no, because the same client we are passing the access token. That is why we are using this one. Actually, this API, it's for the access token validation, not for the audition code grant type. Understood? Even if it is inside the same organization, something like it's not a customer facing one, is it still not safe to share the secret among the application? Whoever consume different applications using the same secret, right? It's not. It's never a good one actually. If at any point they are asking to reset it, right, it will be difficult actually to manage. Definitely, I agree. If it is like two or three applications, that is also not good actually. They have to change the code at some point. Definitely, there will be a person who will ask for you to change the password. Actually, sorry, change the secret key. In that case, it will be a huge problem. In that case, you have to definitely use a different client anyway with a different secret. Only then you can use it in the starting itself, right? I am using the same thing actually. Sometimes I will be using the same client to use to access token validation also. Sometimes I will be using a different client it also. Actually, that is also you can able to do. After the application got the token, they have to send the token to this endpoint. What it will do is it will go to PingFederate and it will validate it exactly. All these three endpoints is pointing to the PingFederate only. They are sending the token. The PingFed it can able to. Only the PingFederate can able to validate the token. Actually, it's not like any other third-party endpoint actually. If you see every endpoint is pointing to your post name only, that is your ping for it post name 9231, that the endpoint only engineer, only it is pointing to actually might be the endpoint might get changed. That like variable name right token dot worth 2 or like introspect dot worth 2 or like a user info dot open it like that, right? But the overview of these three app calls is just to check whether the token is valid or not. If you are passing the expired token, obviously it will throw an error. Basically, after evaluating the token, right, what is if at all, we are going to consume the API in that case. App is actually requesting the token to be validating with ping right when the user submits the token. This is the app only. There are no. First of all, I meant about some third-party application. In that case, if they are submitting the token to the API, passing the token in the header, the app have to call the PingFederate intersection endpoint and they would be validating it correct. Yes, every time application resource server is the one they can able to call it. Actually, no other third party cannot be able to do it, right? Because in your resource server, only you will have this. Only the resource server will have your configurations, actually cliented, client secret and all, right? Not any other third party. They won't have your client and client secret, right? That's not the case, right? The application server only. They will have your the endpoints and then the client aid and client secret, and all right, they can able to incorporate with that particular client aid, and then they will do that. Sorry, they will call this particular ping30 defi to validate the token. Actually, once they get the token, application team will be calling the token that was to and pass the same token, and they will validate it, which means they were not sure this token is a proper token or not. And once they validate, then what then? A payfar, like whoever is going to provide the service rate, are they gonna validate the token, even the token whatever, which comes from the request? Are they going to be doing the validation, because they also should be doing it, right? Is this the right token or not? No, they definitely there. It will be. They will also do the same kind of a validation actually. They will be doing the validation, access token validation only, but they are not going to pass this token to any other. Is that they are going to pass the token to any other people? Actually, no, right? They will be generating a new token only. Inside the application itself, everything will get completed. Actually, everything will get completed in your in this validate the token. That's all actually. From that point, nothing will happen. Actually, no, I am actually trying to understand. Application team is creating the token, which means no, application team is not creating the token. PingFederate is generating the token actually. No, I understand. PingFederate is generating the token. Once they generate a token, the flow is, I'm the user, I'm trying to access the application. That is a client in the client. Obviously, the back end server is the resource server. Actually, then the resource server will make a first call audition dot what to call to the PingFederate authentication will happen, and then the ping will send a code back to the authorization. Sorry, resource server. Right? Then the resource server will make a second call. There is a token call to get the token, to swap the code to get the token. Then once they get the token, they will again send the they need to validate the token, right? Whether token is correct or not. The application, they will again send the token back to the PingFederate. Please check the token whether it is correct or not. And they are returning the response with these values. Then the application will get these values, and then they will use it in the application, and then they will allow the user to log in into the application. That's all, nothing else. If in case of a client traditional granting now client credentials, there won't be anything. Actually, nothing will be there. Actually, no users. In that case, they just generate a token. They still do a validation. With the PingFederate or the API will be doing somebody, they will be. Sometimes they will also do the validation. Actually, there are some applications they were requesting for both of them actually access token validation and as well as the client credential, both of them actually. I'll be enabling the client credentials and as well as the access token validation. The same client edit itself back. In that case, they will generate a token and they will validate the token. And again, they pass the token to the other application to consume the service. And again, when getting the no, that application they are not going to validate. Actually, that's all. They will accept it. Actually, they'll blindly accept it. It's like a trustable application on the right. That is what I was confused. It will be like a trustable and internal facing application. Client cannot be used for any external to external. Actually, it's like only internal based. but it is also to validate the token right when the application. They can also, validate the token. They can also again send the request back to our services and validate the request back to our services and then validate the token. That's also fine. In both the case, the client didn't secret remains the same right for our application to application. Exactly understood. This is how we can able to. I think I don't know whether token. Can you send it again? Let's see whether token is valid or not. Still how much time here? Oh, no, here that expiration time is there in Linux. Anyways, I think still the time is available. It seems maybe like after 5 minutes or something. You can try to check it afterwards. That's not. Now you understood right how we did it automatically and then manually also we did right. This is how we can able to do. The rotation code grant type and then other grant types is the straightforward, actually like only the audition code. That will have a different steps actually, but the same AP call will be used to for calling the implicit also. Actually, instead of getting the implicit right, instead of getting the code in implicit, you will get the token directly, actually, you. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.